viewers, welcome to the start of the 2022 season and our first little video. And as we did last season, here I am with Chairman Rob Fryer, and we've got loads to talk about because, Rob, when we had our first chat at the beginning of last year and you told us about where you wanted the Phoenix to go, did we achieve that? Did it live up to your expectations?
I think it more than exceeded them, to be honest with you. I think we did an awful lot last season, and perhaps to repeat that this year was pushing it a bit. So we thought that this year potentially would be a year of consolidation. Yet, I mean, it's just gone crazy. I don't think we've actually stopped since the season finished last year.
I know what you mean.
Even finishing with the fundraiser, which was really good fun, where the youth committee achieved well over £1,000 for the new net facilities. And then we've gone on to be in the VI hub for the county, which is fantastic, and Gary's done a great job there, and I'm sure you'll talk to him in more detail about that, especially with what he's doing with visually impaired cricket anyway.
Way back when, and it feels ages ago, we had an indoor team.
We did, yeah, we did. We had we entered an indoor league in Eversley that was extremely successful. Something we did, we put the youngsters in. Got a few new faces as well that were introduced to Phoenix, and we did really well. I think we ended up coming about 5th in the end, but certainly started off winning 4 or 5 games on the bounce.
We've just been going through winter nets. At the same time, the ladies have kicked off their season.
The ladies have been doing some indoor festivals at Farningham, and the fact that they've actually won one is incredible. Because we weren't expecting to do that. We were expecting just to participate, use this as a bit of training. But they were crowned champions last week, and it was so brilliant. The atmosphere, not just in the ladies section on that day, but throughout the club.
We have actually had a massive subscription with regards to ladies cricket at Phoenix.
Yeah, we have.
It's just been sort of unfathomable.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's down to the work that Shaz has done, and Georgie and the coaches as well, that have made it a real fantastic experience. We've had so many people that have come back, so we're now one of the largest softball ladies clubs in the county, which
One season,
yeah. So we've grown in membership as a club this year quite substantially. There are players that are now coming on the list that I haven't even heard of yet, and I'm so looking forward to meeting. We had another guy who came down Sunday just to introduce himself. He's now signed up and in the team, just come down to Winter Nets to have a look around. So it's been a very welcoming club, and we've got some really good players. We've got a really good setup this year for under 13 next year. We've also got a sponsor this year.
Do tell.
Well, we have. I won't go into too much detail because it's quite a good one to announce when it happens. But for us to have a 3-year sponsor for the club is quite significant, and they were very keen to be associated with us because of the work obviously we do with charities, not just locally but all over the country. And certainly I can touch on that with when we go on tour as well, what we're doing for the local school.
We're going on tour.
Lytton Cheney.
We're going on tour, and we've got a set plan, haven't we?
We're going on tour now to Lytton Cheney in Dorset, which is going to be phenomenal, fantastic. It's already building. You've seen some of the secrets we've got, haven't we? We've got a number of secrets going on for the players.
We're duck racing.
We are duck racing. We've got the Phoenix Duck Grand National, which is going to be really good fun. But also we've done some work with the local school to give them some cricket equipment. They've also got some nets that might need a wee bit of repair that we will probably help out with, and our duck race, as you say, will obviously be will go towards the donations of that will go towards the local school.
Oh, one thing we hadn't mentioned, which we should do, we've got a fantasy league.
We have a fantasy league. Yeah, we do have a fantasy league. I'm worth 3 million. I'm 4 Alan Doyles. I should say 1 Alan Doyles is for me. Yeah, it's going to be really good fun, and it goes through the whole season, doesn't it? So it's just going to be great fun, and everybody's involved in that. So that's really nice. And the other one is the flying of the flag, where we're trying to get the flag as far around the world as we can do. So far we've got We've gone to Italy. We're going to Ireland this month, and I think it's Zimbabwe the month after. So it's on its way. So if you're going somewhere and you want to take the flag with you, then
I'm going to have to try and get it to India, aren't I?
If you can get it to India, that'd be fantastic.
Either me or Nimesh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
The setup has changed slightly, hasn't it, now? Because we've got a committee running the club.
That's right. Yes. So you've got the trustees for the charity, which includes myself, Gary, Richard Turnbull.
Founding members.
Founding members type thing, yeah, with George and John, who are our life members, our first ever life members in the club, and Baz, obviously, good old Baz, and so that's the trustees. And then what you can't have in a club is that everybody makes all the decisions all the time and everyone's always right, because generally speaking they're not. So by having a subcommittee, they're not. You can't be.
No, you're right.
You can't be good at everything. So having a subcommittee has given someone like Ryan a great opportunity as chairman to lead his team. That has got someone like Baz on there from the trustees, but it's also got Alan Doyle on there. It's got Dan Hall-Galley on there. It's got Jamie on there. Exactly. Yes. So you've got the first and second team captain on there as well. We wanted to make sure that the players that were playing had the power in the club. And they then come back to the trustees and say, we need this, we need that, we'd like the other, and it's up for us to then go away and deliver. I've even got a present for you.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
What have you got for me?
What you've been waiting for!
Now, viewers, this is a bit of a plant, we will admit, but this is something special that I'm going to be using for the season coming. So, what we agreed off-season was that the YouTube channel needed a bit more content. There's a few different things that we're planning on this year, and one of the things with these radio mics can now be achieved. Before, I could never leave the camera. I had to be really, really close to the camera, and there were mozzies out there.
Armies of them.
Armies of mozzies. I was constantly... But with these, I can now record the commentary live on our live feed through the YouTube link. But also, I can wander around the ground and speak to different members of the club. Speak to different people as it's going on.
And the opposition even.
And the opposition, exactly. We'd love to hear information from the opposition. There's also the possibility, depending on who we're playing against, of actually recording and playing at the same time. Whether people will like me doing it or not, I don't know. Got a special lunch coming up on Friday. What are we doing?
We have. We've been doing a few of these now for charity. And this one is with Jonathan Agnew. It's called Agaz's Theatre Show. It's done with the Lord's Taverners, and then they support another charity on the day as well. So it always goes to a good cause. The Lord's Taverners are obviously fantastic at what they do, but sometimes it's the Teenage Cancer Trust that we've been at before, and a number of others. And we might get a nice word about Shane Warne, actually.
Well, the funny thing was, the last one we went to was with Mike Gatting, and of course, Ball of the Century, and then poor Shane Warne died a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really good. And Mike Gatting, Chris Cowdery, and Foxy Fowler, all fantastic hosts.
Great stories.
Great stories.
Tales of the past.
Absolutely. So we like to get involved in that. I know it has a cricketing theme, and it is fun. But it also does an awful lot of good as well, and that's really what the club wants to do. As I say, a year of consolidation, I think that's something that's probably out the window now.
So viewers, if you've made it this far, thank you very, very much. You will hear much more from us this year with regards to different videos that are being put out. You may hear from him, you'll certainly hear from me. Bye for now.
So yes, we've got the Fantasy League. That would be great fun.
You mean I'm not an automatic choice?
You were. But not a 7 million.